I said I think objectivism is subjective because our senses might be deceiving us, so what appears objective might not actually be objective. Also, everyone thinks they're objective. It doesn't mean they actually are. Three Finger G responded with, "This is a common misunderstanding of what our senses actually constitute. See, it is important to differentiate between man's perceptual and conceptual faculties. Man's senses do not provide him with automatic knowledge in separate snatches independent of context, but only with the material of knowledge, which his mind must learn to integrate. His senses cannot deceive him. Physical objects cannot act without causes. His organs of perception are physical and have no volition, no power to invent or to distort the evidence they give him. It is an absolute, but his mind must learn to understand it. His mind must discover the nature, the causes, the full context of his sensory material. His mind must identify the things that he perceives. What, pray tell, intervenes in the process of light entering the physical structure of our eyes and the relaying of this information onto our perceptual faculty? Nothing. The fact that information enters our perceptual awareness through specific means is inconsequential. It is our conceptualization where fallibility occurs. It actually is apparent that your critique of objectivism is mostly an objection to the name, and you hold the view that all creeds are only subjective. You may even hold the view that there is no such thing as objective knowledge, which would make you philosophically a skepticist. And you made a video narrating my comment, huh? You are an odd sort of channel. Neat. Okay. My response to this is that this is the way things appear to be. It's not necessarily the way they actually are. So, for example, I don't believe in the simulation theory, but let's just use that as an example. Theoretically, we could all be part of a simulation. So it might seem like there's such a thing as light entering, what'd you say? Light entering the physical structure of our eyes and the relaying of this information onto our perceptual faculty. It might seem like there's such a thing as light entering the physical structure of our eyes, but light might not actually exist. It might just be a function of the computer simulation that our consciousness is a part of. So when you say that the sky is blue, it might actually be the case that there's no such thing as an actual sky, and what we're calling the sky is just bits in a simulation, which obviously wouldn't be blue. It would have a deeper constitution, and it just appears blue to us. It's a complete illusion. So that's the point. I'm not saying I believe in that, but the fact that it's possible means that we can't say for sure whether the sky is blue objectively. That's why I say objectivism is subjective, because it all rests on that foundation. I'm going to live as an objectivist in the sense that I'm going to live as if the sky is blue, and I'm going to live as if my senses aren't deceiving me. But I'm not going to claim that's objective. I'm just going to say that that's what things seem to be, so I'm going to operate under that assumption. Objectivism takes a leap and says that because it seems that way, that it's objectively that way. And I don't believe that. The second thing is, I wouldn't say I'm a skeptic. I wouldn't say that I don't believe objective knowledge exists. I think objective knowledge definitely exists. I'm just saying that it's hard to tell whether you actually have objective knowledge. Not that it can exist. It totally can exist. It does exist. But how do you actually attain objective knowledge? That's a tough one. We could just keep going with science and keep going down that path, and we should keep discovering new things. But will we ever reach objective knowledge? Hopefully, but I don't know. And then your last point here, you said, it actually is apparent that your critique of objectivism is mostly an objection to the name. Yeah, that's true. I don't like the name. Just sounds kind of pretentious, like you're claiming to have the objective truth. And whenever people claim objective truth, they're usually full of shit. So the name, I think it should have a better name. And then I hold the view. No, I'm not a relativist. I don't think that all creeds are subjective. I think that most of them probably are subjective. I'm just saying, what are the odds that you have the objective truth? It's pretty low odds. That's all I'm saying. Someone has the objective truth, probably by accident, but we probably will never know who that actually is. And if we do, it'll be thousands of years from now, if ever. So I'm not a skepticist. But anyway, yeah, thanks for the comment. And I'll look more into objectivism. I appreciate it.